December 9th, 2025. Story 1. Israel's military chief told soldiers the yellow line dividing Gaza will become a permanent border, giving Israel over half the territory. The ceasefire states Israel won't occupy or annex. Separately, Israeli forces raided UNRWA headquarters in East Jerusalem, replaced the UN flag with Israel's. The UN called it a direct violation of international law. Reporters Without Borders found Israel killed more journalists than any country for the third straight year. Takeaway. Agreements have two audiences. Public versions manage perception. Internal versions direct action. When those contradict, the internal one is the plan. And international law means only what gets enforced. Story 2. Supreme Court signaled it may let Trump fire independent officials at will, overturning 90 years of precedent. Justice Kagan warned this grants massive unchecked power. Ruling expected June. Takeaway. Independent agencies regulate finance, trade, consumer protection, communications. If your work or investments touch regulated industries, June reshapes your landscape. Plan accordingly. Story 3. Trump pardon about 100 drug offenders, including Honduras's former president, sentenced for moving 400 tons of cocaine to the U.S. Meanwhile, lethal boat strikes killing 87 since September are justified as drug interdiction. Takeaway. Policy is revealed by what's rewarded and punished, not what's stated. When traffickers get pardons and alleged small operators get missiles, the gap shows you the actual priorities. Story 4. A 2016 video shows Hegseth saying the military should refuse unlawful orders. Trump reversed on releasing the strike video, now defers to Hegseth. Takeaway. Archives matter. People's stated principles become evidence when actions contradict them. This applies to anyone in power. Save the receipts. Story 5. Trump announced $12 billion farm bailout after tariffs caused 50% more bankruptcies and zeroed soybean exports to China. Takeaway. Tariffs are framed as foreign pressure but damage lands domestically. Bailouts shift that cost to taxpayers. Always trace where loss actually lands. Story 6. ICE pointed guns at a university crowd during a student arrest. The school says agents lacked required warrants. In Washington, ICE released an attack dog on a man hospitalized with severe injuries. Children witnessed. California launched a portal to submit evidence of unlawful ICE activity. Illinois and New York have similar systems. Takeaway. Institutions naming missing documentation create legal records. Video has weight that memory doesn't. Know what tools exist in your state. That's practical preparation. Story 7. Paramount launched $78 billion hostile bid for Warner Bros., backed by Saudi, Qatari, and Abu Dhabi wealth funds, plus Kushner's firm. Trump announced he'll intervene in Netflix's competing deal. Takeaway. When presidents announce deal intervention, political access becomes material to valuation. In affected sectors, relationship mapping now matters as much as fundamentals. Story 8. ProPublica found Trump claimed 2 Florida homes as primary residences in the 1990s, same mortgage fraud he's prosecuting political enemies for. Takeaway. When accusations mirror the accuser's own conduct, the charge is a tool of power, not principle. That pattern helps evaluate any similar accusation from any source. Story 9. Thailand launched airstrikes on Cambodia, breaking Trump's October ceasefire. 5 dead. Third collapse in weeks after DRC and Gaza. Takeaway. Announcements without enforcement aren't peace. They're theater. For any agreement, ask who enforces it and what happens when it breaks. No answer means symbolic. Story 10. Peace activist Cora Weiss died at 91, led movements ending atmospheric nuclear testing and the Vietnam War. Died on her late husband's 100th birthday.